Hello everyone, and welcome back to the new way we are having class. Today we're talking about pediatric and adult dosages based on body weight. And when we're doing this, we're most of the time our patients are weighed in pounds, and then for the medications we have to convert them to kilograms because the medication is the dosage per kilogram per dose. So whatever the safe dose is. Especially in pediatrics, since it's based on weight, you have to make sure that the dose that the doctor has ordered falls within the guidelines recommended by the drug resource or on the label, the pharmaceutical companies. So to change pound, we have to remember how to change pounds to kilogram. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, and 1 pound is 16 ounces. Those conversions will play a key role in this. Our safe dosage, or our safe dose, is we're going to be using, sometimes it's called the usual dose. Sometimes it's called the recommended dose. And sometimes it'll be a single dose, sometimes it'll be a dosage range. Let's look at this first one. Order is for morphine sulfate, 1.8 milligrams, IM stat. The child weighs 79 pounds. A reputable drug resource indicates that the usual IM, and since my order calls for it to be an IM, kind of underlining that so I know, or subcutaneous dosage may be initiated at 0.05 milligrams per kilogram per dose. And this is considered our maximum safe dose. It can't be greater than that. Okay, sometimes it's got to fall within a range. Sometimes it's going to be less than the initiated dose. So, is the dose safe? So I want to know how many milligrams per dose can I give for the safe dose, for it to be safe. Now this is not what I'm giving, this is not according to doctor's orders, this is according to the safe dose. Okay, so I'm going to take my safe dosage over kilograms per dose or per day times the patient's weight, and sometimes we have to do a conversion on that one. So my safe dose in this case is 0.05 milligrams per kilogram per dose. My patient's weight is 79 pounds. You can convert the pounds to kilograms there and then put it in the problem, but it's more accurate if you convert it within the problem. So my conversion, since pounds is on top, pounds has to go on bottom, so kilograms will go on top. 2.2 goes with the pounds because it's 2.2 pounds to 1 kilogram. And then my pounds cancel, my kilograms cancel, leaving me with milligrams per dose. So if I take and multiply 0.05 times 79, I get 3.95 milligrams. And then 1 times 2.2 divided by 2.2, and that would give me my per dose. So 3.95 divided by 2.2 is 1.795. Remember our rules for rounding? If it's greater than 1, then we're going to round to the nearest tenth. So this is 1.795. I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth. So 9 makes me add 1 there, so I'm going to have 1.8 milligrams per dose. So my 1.8 milligrams is my safe dose. But you'll also notice it's the same as what the doctor ordered. So, is the dose safe? Yes, the dose is safe. That's what I had to work out to find out. If the doctor's orders had been greater than this, if the doctor's orders had been 1.9, my safe dose is 1.8, then it wouldn't have been safe because the doctor's orders was greater. You want your safe dose to be greater than or equal to your ordered dose. Okay? So, if the dose is safe, how much will you administer? This is what we've been doing since chapter 10. Notice my supply is 5 milligrams per milliliters. So I'm looking for how many milliliters. And I'm going to use my doctor's order, my desired, over 1 times my quantity, which is 1 milliliter, over what I have on hand, which is 5 milligrams. My milligrams is going to cancel. 1.8 divided by 5 is 0.36 milliliters. So if it's less than 1, we're rounding to the 100th. So this is going to be how much I'm giving. So the questions you're actually answering 2 separate questions. You're answering, is the dosage that the doctor's ordered safe? And if it is safe, how much are you going to give? I'm sorry again, I ran off the sheet. This is hard to figure out how to do it where it will stay in focus and I don't lose where I'm at. Alright, so if we look at number 2, the order is for Vistrel. I don't know how to pronounce half these names. 20 milligrams IM every 4 hours, PRN for nausea. And the child weighs 44 pounds. So I got another 44 pounds, the 20 milligrams, and the IM. A reputable drug resource indicates that the usual IM dosage is 0.5 to 1 milligram per kilogram per dose for dosing flexibility. So is the dosage safe? And this is the doctor's dose safe? So is the 20 milligrams a safe amount to give? They gave me a range this time. So I'm going to set it up and I'm going to do my range, my milligrams per dose for my minimum. And that's going to be the 0.5 milligrams per kilogram per dose. And then times the child's weight, 44 pounds over 1, and then my conversion, 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. So the pounds cancel, the kilograms cancels, and I'm left with milligrams per dose. So if I do 0.5 times 44, I'm getting 22. And then 1 times 1, I'm getting 2.2. And that's milligrams per dose. And then that equals 22 divided by 2.2 is 10 milligrams per dose. So that's my minimum. It can't be any lower than that. If it's lower than that, then we're not going to have the desired results. It's not going to be effective. So then I want to look at my maximum dose. What can it not be greater than? So my maximum dose is the 1 milligram per kilogram per dose, my maximum safe dose, times the child's weight, times my conversion, so I have 1 times 44, so it's 44 over 2.2. My pounds canceled, my kilograms canceled. Milligrams per dose. And that equals 20 milligrams per dose. So then my dosage range, it has to be greater than 10 milligrams. And it has to be less than 20 milligrams. So my doctor's order is 20 milligrams. I guess these need to be equal to. So 20 milligrams is equal to the 20 milligrams for my maximum dose. So the dosage is safe. So how much am I going to administer? Take my doctor's orders of 20 milligrams over 1 times my supply, which is 50 milligrams per milliliter. My milligrams cancel. I can cancel a 0. So I have 2/5, which is 0.4 milliliters is how much I'm going to give. Okay. Let's look at number 3. We have an order for Panadol 480 milligrams by mouth every 4 hours, PRN with a temperature of 101.6 degrees Fahrenheit or greater. So it has to be at least that much or greater. The child weighs 32 kilograms. Notice this one's already in kilograms. The recommended child's dosage of Panadol, which is, I can't say that word, it's a generic Tylenol, is 10 to 15 milligrams per kilogram per dose by mouth every 4 hours for fever. So again, I have a range of for a safe dose. So if I look at the minimum safe, I'm going to do the 10 milligrams per kilogram per dose times the child's weight. And since this is already in kilograms, I don't have to do the conversion. So my kilograms cancel, and that gives me 320 milligrams per dose. And that's the minimum. So the maximum is going to be the upper range, the 15 milligrams per kilogram per dose times the child's weight, the 32 kilograms over 1, and 15 milligrams, or oops, hang on, I didn't cancel anything. No, I want that. My kilograms cancel. So 15 times 32 is 480 milligrams per dose. So the ordered dose has to fall in between here. And one way to look at this is that my minimum is going to be less than or equal to my order, which is less than or equal to my maximum safe. So my minimum safe dose is less than or equal to my ordered dose, which is less than or equal to my maximum safe dose. So my ordered dose is 480. So 320 milligrams per dose. My ordered dose is 480 milligrams, less than or equal to my max dose, which is 480 milligrams per dose. So is it safe? We also got to look at it's every 4 hours. So we're giving it, we're giving it every 4 hours. So is the ordered dose safe? Is this statement true? If this statement is true, then the ordered dose is safe. So 480 milligrams is less than or equal to 480 milligrams. So the dose is safe. Or I should say the ordered dose is safe. So if the dose is safe, how much will you administer? So I'm going to administer X milliliters, not milligrams, X milliliters, which is my doctor's order of 480 milligrams because it's safe, times my supply, which is 5 milliliters over 160 milligrams. My milligrams cancels. I can cancel a 0. So 480 times 5 divided by 16 is 15 milliliters. So I'm going to give 15 milliliters of medication. Alright, I'm going to let you do number 4 on your own, and I think probably 5. And then I'll post the answer key where they're all worked out. And it's got a few more notes on it than what I'm putting on here too. But I want to point something out. It says the usual dose for children is 20 milligrams per kilogram a day. So that would be 20 milligrams per kilogram per day. Not per dose like we've been doing. Maybe I need to work this one out. In 3 divided doses. So 3 divided doses would be 3 times a day. Okay. So notice they've ordered 100 milligrams by mouth, TID, which is 3 times a day. The child's weight is 33.5 pounds. So if I want to know if this ordered dose is safe, then I'm going to look for my safe dose first. So it's 20 milligrams per kilogram per day times the child's weight, 33.5 pounds over 1. Since that's in pounds, I have to do my conversion. 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. So my pounds cancel, my kilograms cancel. 20 times 33.5 is 670 divided by 2.2, which is 304.5 milligrams per day. Okay, so this is per day. The 100 milligrams is per dose. This is my dose here. So I've got to determine still if this is safe. It's given 3 times a day, so I can do a safe dose by taking the 304.5 milligrams per day times 1 day. They're getting 3 doses. All right, 3 times a day is 3 doses in 1 day. So my days cancel. 304.5 divided by 3 is 101.5 milligrams per dose. So is the ordered dose safe? Remember, the ordered dose has to be less than or equal to the safe dose. The safe dose in this case is 101.5 milligrams per dose. The ordered dose is 100 milligrams per dose. So it's a true statement. So is the dose safe? The dose is safe. And then this one is how much will you administer, and then this is your supply. And I think you can do that one. And again, sorry, I forgot to move my sheet up. Alright, let's look at number 5. We have an order, amoxicillin, 200 milligrams by mouth every 8 hours for a child who weighs 22 pounds. So it's 200 milligrams. From the label, the recommended dosage for children is 20 milligrams to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day in divided doses every 8 hours. Every 8 hours results in how many doses in 24 hours? You take your 24 divided by 8, you get 3 doses in 24 hours. So then I want to know, is this dose safe? So just like we did, except now I've got a range again. So I'm going to do my minimum safe dose. The 20 milligrams per kilogram per dose. Whoops, that's per day. Times the 22 pounds. Times my conversion, 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. Kilograms cancel, pounds cancel. So 20 times 22 is 440 divided by 2.2, which is 4 milliliters. Oh. See, I get off on the wrong line. I've lost my whiteout now. There it is. It's 440 divided by 2.2 is not going to be 4 milliliters. 440 divided by 2.2 is 200 milligrams. Put this over here in the daylight where I can see it. 440 divided by 2.2 is 200 milligrams per day. So if I need the milligrams per dose, if I take the 200 milligrams per day times 1 day, 3 doses, I'm going to get 66.7 milligrams per dose. Then I've got to look at the maximum. So the maximum is 40 milligrams per kilogram per day times the child's weight of 22 pounds times 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. Pounds cancel, kilograms cancel. 40 times 22 is 880 over 2.2. And that gives me 400 milligrams per day. So then 400 milligrams per day times 1 day, 3 doses. So 400 divided by 3 is 133.3 milligrams per dose. So is my order safe? He's ordered 200 milligrams every 8 hours. Okay. There's 2 ways we can look at this. I can look at it as 200 milligrams every 8 hours, so I can do 200 milligrams times 3 doses per day, and I'm going to get 600 milligrams per day. Well, there's my 200 milligrams per day for my minimum, my 400 milligrams per day for my maximum, if I put 600 in here, it would be false. So is this order safe? Not safe. Or no. I could also take it and look at it. I've got 66.7 milligrams per dose. It's got to be less than or equal to my ordered dose, which is less than or equal to my maximum 133.3 milligrams per dose. The 200 milligrams that I put in here for one dose does not make that true. So this is a false statement also, which makes the order not safe. Alright, so I'm going to stop here for right now, and I'll come back with another video, and we'll pick up here, and that way your videos aren't too long.